Ladies and gentlemen of the House, today is National Religious Freedom Day. Each year, the National Religious Freedom Day commemorates the day in Virginia's statute for religious freedom that was signed January 16, 1786. Each year, by presidential proclamation, January 16th is declared Religious Freedom Day. Thomas Jefferson's landmark statute became the basis for Congressman Fisher Ames' Establishment Clause of the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. The statute guarantees a fundamental freedom to openly practice one's faith without fear of being harassed, jailed, or killed. Additionally, under the statute, each person may freely change their religion without retribution. In the United States, people of different faiths have equal rights to practice their religion. Around the world, religious restrictions continue to rise. According to Pew Research, legislation, attitudes, and policies are rising globally in the last decade. Even those countries usually considered restrictive are increasing their limitations. When looking at countries with the most equality, they too show a change in policies and attitudes towards religious freedom. Religious freedom is a global concern, not only a national one. This annual celebration reminds us of the first and most fundamental liberty we have as Americans, the freedom to live out our faith. For people of faith in America, millions will attend a service at their house of worship this weekend. But even though we enjoy this freedom, millions around the world are persecuted and even forced underground for their beliefs. They cannot live out their faith freely and peacefully. That's why we set aside this day to reflect our religious liberty and acknowledge that this indeed is a freedom worth fighting for. Why is celebrating religious freedom so important for our society today? Here's three key reasons. First, religious liberty is a building block of a free society. America's founders listed it as the first freedom in the first clause of the First Amendment. Why? Because without freedom to worship and live out our faith, all other liberties, civil, economic, and social, come crumbling down. Second, the religious freedom helps drive forward progress and improvement. This is evident in the religious individuals and institutions who are vital to supporting our most vulnerable in our communities. And finally, religious liberty is the most common denominator that brings all Americans together, especially in this polarizing time in our nation. Religious freedom reminds us that we have in common rather than what divides us. It puts in perspective how blessed we are to have a Constitution, a document that expressly protects our right to live in accordance with our beliefs and convictions. National Religious Freedom Day is a call to action. When you and millions of other Americans can live out your faith, that you not only have the constitutional right to do so, but you have the first liberty, the nation's leading religious liberty law, firm in your corner. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.